Tonight on Denver 7 News at 6, secrets, lies, and missing surveillance footage. Attorneys fill in some of the blanks on the life and death of Suzanne MORPHEW.
Plus, Colorado maintains the air quality of Mordor.
The Rockies set the record straight on a regrettable misunderstanding.
And tour spots try to keep traffic flowing through the high country.
At this point, there's no reason for anyone to cancel because I-70 is closed.
Good evening and thank you for watching Denver 7. I'm Ann Trujillo.
And I'm Shannon Ogden. Murder trials often depend as much on creating a compelling narrative as they do hard fact, and Barry Morphew's will be no exception.
Prosecutors don't appear to have a smoking gun. What they do have is witnesses saying Barry and Suzanne's marriage was marked by infidelity and coming apart at the seams. There's also the matter of a surveillance camera that wasn't working on the weekend of Suzanne's disappearance.
Denver 7's Russell Haythorn was in court today for this marathon preliminary hearing, and Russell joins us live from Salina. Russell?
Yes, and investigators even suggested that it was Suzanne who disconnected those surveillance cameras at the family's home, not Barry, which just further complicates the mystery of her disappearance. And today, in fact, at the preliminary hearing here in Chaffee County, they sowed as many doubts as they did provide solid answers. In court today, bombshell new evidence in the disappearance of Suzanne MORPHEW. We learned she was having an affair for 2 years prior to her disappearance, that investigators only found out about the affair through a spy pen like this one that recorded audio between Suzanne and her lover, and that she traveled at least 6 times out of state to be with him. We also learned Barry Morphew and Suzanne argued shortly before her disappearance about money, in particular about Suzanne's inheritance, which the couple partially spent on their large house in Chaffee County. On the other hand, the defense argued no blood or trace evidence was ever found, not in the home, not in Barry's truck, and Suzanne's body has never been found either. They also argue Barry did everything a concerned husband would do after the disappearance of his wife, texted her, called his daughters, asked neighbors to check on Suzanne, and never objected to police searches of the home or his truck. The defense also revealed Suzanne was on antidepressants before her disappearance. And late today, the defense even suggested that perhaps Suzanne moved away on her own. She talked about moving to Ecuador with her lover, Jeff Libler. They talked about going down there and teaching the English language. And Libler even encouraged her to be free with or without him. So they say maybe she didn't. Maybe she moved to get away from it all. Whatever the case, there will be a second day of testimony here tomorrow in Chaffee County. And we'll, of course, bring you all of the latest developments. For now, we're live in Salida. Russell Haythorn, Denver 7.
All right, Russell, thank you for that. The man accused of hitting and killing a woman in Cherry Hills Village turned himself into police today. Investigators say Evan Jocelyn crashed into 37-year-old Stacy Pepper and then ran away before police could arrive. And police think Jocelyn was speeding. They also say he was driving without a license. Pepper was a Stanford-educated attorney from Denver. Her obituary remembers her as thoughtful, humble, and kind.
A Colorado Springs man faces up to 6 months in prison after admitting guilt for his role in the Capitol riots. On January 6th, Glenn Lee Croy strolled straight through the rotunda door, then posed with a friend by a statue of Abraham Lincoln. Croy took a deal and pleaded guilty today to parading, demonstrating, or picketing in a Capitol building. He will be sentenced in October.
The air is again clogged with smoke tonight. Tomorrow doesn't look a lot better. Chief Meteorologist Mike Nelson joins us with a big picture look at when, well, this might be out of here. Mike?
Well, the weather conditions are very, very smoky and hazy across much of the central United States. And take a look at the conditions that we see across the west. And that's coming right in from those California fires. Now, the Colorado fires have some impact on it, but it's much more of the fires off to the west of us, including that Dixie fire, that really big one in California. Here's the forecast tomorrow, so it gets a little worse and then slightly better Wednesday. But we're going to just basically get this flow coming in all week long, bringing us smoke particles. Combine that with the low-level ozone, which is a combination of the hot temperatures and what sunlight filters through that wildfire smoke, interacting with the exhaust from cars and trucks, and the whole state's under an air quality advisory. There are a couple of scattered showers and storms out there. They haven't brought much relief. We hit 100 today at Fort Collins, 98 in Denver and at Greeley. And so this is what it looks like outside. Hazy, a couple of clouds here and there. We're going to stay with very poor air quality. Avoid outdoor exercise, even if you're healthy. The Broncos canceled their outdoor practice, and they're very healthy people. Don't use gasoline-powered mowers, trimmers, etc. during the heat of the day. It stays hot and dry throughout the week. Maybe some relief for the weekend.
Just today, the UN put out a climate change report described by the Secretary General as a code red for humanity. Hours later, Colorado Republicans gathered at a gas station to talk about their current priorities. Here with that is Denver7's Megan Lopez.
For a third day in a row, Colorado's air quality is bad. A smoke plume from historic wildfires in the west is triggering advisories. While Colorado waits for that plume to pass, a scathing UN report was released Monday talking about climate change.
This is a statement that aggregates where we've come as a scientific community over the last 7 or 8 years, finding that human contributions to climate change is unequivocal.
Max Boykoff from CU Boulder is one of the scientists working on that three-part report.
Things are urgent and we need to take action.
His portion focuses on what can be done to mitigate the impacts of climate change.
Ways in which we can also then influence our elected officials to make policy decisions that then shape our lives in a much better way.
While all of that is happening at a gas station in downtown Denver,
and we are the party that will offer better solutions.
Colorado Republicans came together Monday to talk about their priorities moving forward, like making the state more affordable.
Last November, gas was $2.19 a gallon at this gas station. Today it's $3.69.
Pointing to high gas prices as an example of the issue.
Gas has been rising since Democrats took over our nation in Colorado and across the nation.
Republican Representative Hugh McKean says his party is trying to help with climate change, like passing a renewable pump hydro energy bill last year. But he insists solutions shouldn't hurt families.
Now, do we need to do more about Denver air quality? 100%. Is it by taxing people in northern Colorado $25 a year to go through a useless emissions test and figure out whether or not they are going to be able to drive into Denver or not? No.
Democrats say this press conference missed the point.
The other aspect of it is how tone deaf it is to roll out an agenda at a gas station and not talk about climate change when we literally just experienced the worst air quality in the world.
Senator Fenberg says Democrats are focused on short and long-term solutions.
We are trying to solve these problems by passing policies at the state legislature that will actually reduce our reliance on fossil fuels.
For now, that UN report and this smoke plume are refocusing the conversation on climate change. Megan Lopez, Denver7.
Republicans listed 3 other major priorities today. One involves school vouchers for families. Another is addressing crime. The third is winning back the legislature so they can turn their ideas into actual policy.
Colorado confirmed 2,700 cases of COVID from the weekend and today. 7 deaths also were attributed to the virus. 540 people are in the hospital, and that's the most we have had since late May. The vaccine numbers aren't really encouraging tonight. 5,300 shots were administered today. 3,400 of those were the first dose.
Healthcare workers gathered at UC Health today to protest mandatory vaccines among employees. One told us she objected on religious grounds. Another repeated what's become a familiar refrain related to the FDA's approval process.
Your natural immune system given by God, should be able to take care of you. And I believe a lot of people feel the same way.
I'll wear the mask, I'll wear a spacesuit, I said, if I have to. But at the end of the day, this is an experimental drug. It is not FDA approved.
Okay, now a little context here. Full FDA approval is a lengthy process that requires an extensive amount of data, and experts believe the additional studies will be enough to persuade some to get their shots. Dr. Michelle Barron with UC Health says the data we now have should be more than enough to convince people the vaccine is safe.
I don't think the FDA stamp of approval would have changed my mind in terms of what the safety data has already shown us, that it is safe, it is highly effective, and it is the way we are going to get ourselves out of this pandemic.
And CNN reports the Pfizer vaccine could receive full FDA approval within the next few weeks. More than 165 million people in the U.S. are considered now fully vaccinated. That is one very large sample size.
Well, another protest today at the Jeffco School Administration Building, this one over the district's mask mandate. The same group was out last week at Public Health Headquarters. Jeffco is only requiring masks for children 11 and under. Otherwise, it's a recommendation. And masks are again a must tonight on the Auraria campus. CU Denver, MSU, Community College of Denver now all requiring everyone to cover their faces while indoors. Only those lucky employees with an office can take theirs off, and even then when alone and with the door closed.
The full Aurora City Council will officially consider an urban camping ban tonight, though we're not quite sure how much more considering there will actually be. Mayor Mike Kaufman wants the ability to move homeless camps within 3 days' notice. The majority of council has shown it believes the idea to be half-baked and is expected to vote the bill down.
Blame the mic, not the man or the mascot. The Rockies now say the fan who appeared to use a racial slur during Sunday's game was actually trying to get Dinger, the mascot's attention. And that story was backed up by another fan and explains why there was no reaction from the crowd.
A plan to limit robocalls is taking too long for Colorado Attorney General Phil Weiser. Though large phone companies have already installed call blocking technology, many of the smaller ones have not. Now, by law, they have until June of 2023 to do so. Weiser wants it done by next summer. Coloradans have reported nearly 44,000 robocalls this year alone.
Coming up,
I knew it was going to add a lot of time.
headaches for some, sore backs for all. The I-70 shutdown has travelers changing plans, gripping steering wheels, and spending a lot more time in the car.
I don't want to see anyone else go through this.
Whew, it's been a scorcher today, and even hotter weather's expected later this week.